I get things done.
You don't get
no, you don't get anything
You couldn't
done.
get that spider out of your car by yourself.
That was a really good segue into what we're talking about today, actually.
Yeah.
So,
You couldn't get that spider
Welcome to Struggle
You were-
City!
welcome to the city.
Screaming about that spider.
Okay, so it's Dave, Missy, and Casey.
And Dave.
And Dave. Yeah.
I like how I don't even have to introduce myself. She just does it all.
Because you don't do it.
The
You
past
either
couple-
just, like, burp or you're just like, nah. And then I'm like, yeah, and Casey.
Yeah.
So now I just say it.
The past couple episodes, she's kind of taken host role,
That's
Yeah.
fine.
which I'm digging.
I mean, I feel like it's almost kind of teachery in a way. I'm used to
She's used to telling
like
people what to
taking
do.
control.
Alrighty then.
Yeah.
Anyway, so today we are going to be talking about fears and phobias because we don't have to do a whole lot of research for that.
And it's spoopy.
and we are not prepared.
Oh yeah, I guess it is kind of a little spooky.
It's so
It is.
spoopy.
It is a
Oh
little
yeah,
bit.
and didn't a phobia just get added to the dictionary?
Oh,
I think it's colrophobia, which is
And?
the fear of clowns.
I was gonna say
that just
colons.
got added?
Yeah.
That should have been in there.
I guess there wasn't like a name for it.
Yeah. Because
Just like I'm afraid of clowns.
Because there was
Yeah.
that weird thing where people were being stalked and harassed by clowns.
Well, I mean, like, yeah, you would think, like, what, Pogo?
What?
In, like, the 80s or some shit like that? The murder clown? The serial killer clown?
Pogo. You mean John Wayne Gacy?
I was gonna
Yeah,
say-
Pongo. Pongo, that's his name.
Is that
No,
what
Pongo
was
was a dog, I think.
Are you
Yeah,
sure?
in 101 Dalmatians. Very good,
Okay.
Casey.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I don't remember
One
what
of
his
Casey's
cat name was.
phobias. Disney.
Must you? No,
Wow.
I don't.
I straight up
like
can't
it
see your
open.
face now.
Yeah, it's awful.
It's like immediate.
Good. Okay, so anyway, the reason that Casey brought up my car was because I arrived here at
In
like
the car.
1 o'clock in a car, and I got out of my car and I
Well,
was
no,
getting all my stuff.
You were heralded by your music,
Yeah, we did hear you.
which I
Tom.
heard through my house.
I was listening to screamo music.
I know you
It's
did,
gotta
'cause
be
you have bad
loud.
taste.
Yeah, I do not.
I heard that, and then I heard you shrieking. So I come downstairs and I look outside, and you're just like, and you're dancing around your car.
Like some kind of weird person.
Right, like she's
Doing
like
a
she's
rain
pretending
dance.
to do a mock Chinese fire drill.
Alone.
Alone.
Yeah, well, yeah, because you're crazy.
Okay, no, here's the thing. I was getting all my stuff out of the car, and then I had to get Casey's birthday present out from the back seat on the other side.
So it's my fault.
Which was being
is your
held
fault.
hostage by a large spider.
Dude, it was a big spider, and it was like a whitish tan spider.
It was a
So-
wolf spider.
Sure.
Oh, that shit hurts.
It was a wolf spider, and it was tiny.
It was big.
It was the size of a dime.
Okay, well, he was on...
That is tiny
He
for
was
a
basically
spider.
on the handle to the door, so I, like, freaked out, and then I took a leaf, and I kind of threw it at him, and then he moved, and then he got in, like, in between the doors of my car. And I was like, oh my god, he's in my fucking car. And then Casey walks out, and I open the door, and I'm looking for him, and I found him, and Casey comes over, and I'm like,
amazed
freaking
you didn't
out.
attract dogs with how
Oh
shrill
my
you were
God.
being.
I just had this funniest image in my head. This wolf spider has like a bandana on,
Oh dear god.
and he has like a knife, and he's talking like this in real like urban accent. Like he's like, "Get out of your car!" And he's like,
Yeah, like
real
that's
good,
how I
"How
see
dare
them.
you throw a leaf at me, you little shit!" And then he starts like keying up your car.
Yeah, like it was fucking terrifying. And
It
so
was not.
I told Casey, I was like, there's a spider in my car, you have to get it, like come kill it. And he couldn't find it, and then I had to show him where it was, and it was like inside my car. And he got a leaf and just kind of like,
I scooped him out.
Touched his butt.
yeah, but then he climbed on top of my car.
He was out of your car. What else did you want?
If he got in when there was no way in,
He was
he could do it again.
Establishing dominance.
So I wanted him out of my car. And so then I had to like practically beg Casey to get the spider off of my car, to which then he took a leaf again and scooped it up and then put it on the ground, and then we were okay.
I really hope he's on your car
I
now.
really hope so, too.
You know what, guys? I'm gonna make you check my car before I leave.
I hope he's out there hot wiring your car.
Dude,
I hope your car got stolen and there's a note in its place.
what the hell?
It's like, this is from the spider and his family. Fuck you.
Man, I'm sure there's like a ton of shit in my car that people would love to have.
That spider was definitely
Yeah,
one.
there's so much trash in your car.
There's a lot of trash in my car.
There's a lot of trash in
There's a
your
lot of
car.
clothes in my car, too.
Probably why there's a spider in there.
Yeah,
Maybe.
the one that you could say.
Oh my god, stop.
Underneath the seat, just waiting for you to sit
Guys,
down.
like, I'm getting, like, freaked out a little bit.
I used
I'm
to be
getting,
afraid
like,
of spiders
shaky.
growing up.
I'm still afraid of spiders.
Yeah, same. How are you not afraid of spiders anymore?
Because I ate one.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah.
Like, on purpose?
Yeah.
Like a dead one?
No, like a live one. And that's how I got over it.
You became one with your phobia.
Yeah. I don't know.
Oh,
Why
that's
did you eat
fucking
it?
Deep.
To get over my fear.
But you just pick it up off the ground and then eat it?
Well, not off the ground. It was like on the wall.
It was on the side ground.
So it wasn't like, you know, when you go to a festival and they have bugs that you can eat.
No.
No, he was just chilling in his bedroom. He was like, you know what?
Compelled you to just pick it up and eat
Because
it?
I was tired of being afraid of it. I figured what better way to not be afraid of it than to eat my fear. And it worked.
I'm afraid of money.
Really want to go eat some money?
He did. He ate a quarter.
Oh my god.
Well,
Dude,
it wasn't a
that's
quarter.
fucked up.
quarter.
Why?
What did it taste like?
I didn't fucking stop to tear apart the taste. To
You
tear
chewed
apart
it,
the
though,
mouth feels of the
right?
spider. I bit it and I swallowed.
Ew. 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 That's disgusting.
I was like 6 or 7. I wasn't really thinking
Alright,
about
well,
taste.
that does make me
fucking
feel
metal.
a little bit better. Like, at least you weren't, like, 20 years old and doing this.
I don't know if it would have been any better. I mean, I've eaten my fair share of insects and
Have you?
Yeah, so have I.
Yeah.
Ew.
I've eaten them in candy and stuff.
Ew.
No, I'd never done that.
I've had fried crickets.
Nope.
Pretty okay.
I've eaten straight up worm.
All kids have at one point.
I
I
haven't.
used to do it for money.
Oh, I'm not surprised.
Like, I would be like, yo, if you give me $5, I'll eat like 3 of these worms, and I would just straight line worms.
Did you eat it like spaghetti and just like slurp it in there?
Yep.
Or ew.
Yep.
Ew.
I was poor and I needed money.
God.
I've eaten scorpions. Those are good.
Mm.
I've eaten
they're-
ants.
Can
they're
you
like,
eat all of it?
Like they were fried,
Yeah.
and they had like spicy seasoning on it.
Oh my god.
I would pick up ants and I'd be like, yo, for a quarter, I'll eat like 5 ants.
Ew.
It's a nickel an ant.
Yeah. I used to freak out younger scouts too on camping trips. I would just pick up a fucking ant and I would just start eating them.
Well, that would distract them from you having your dick out.
What the fuck?
Oh my god.
Absolutely not.
Ugh. Ew.
What the fuck?
You're like, oh, I just ate all these poisonous ants. The only way to get it out is to suck my dick. That's how that works.
Well, that made a U-turn real quick. I'm gonna be quiet the rest of this. Because somehow it's gonna come back to my dick being out.
Well, stop showing your dick to
Dude.
scouts.
Yeah, seriously.
That's why he was so excited about girls being introduced.
About what?
Oh my
Oh. Gee, dude.
What the fuck?
Okay, yeah, you have so much muchness to you that it's just like crazy.
Muchness?
Yeah.
Oh.
Munchness.
No, no, not like a munch, like a no, not like a
He has
but
a lot of munch.
what are the words I'm looking for?
Anyway.
We broke Missy.
Anyway.
Not like a munch, like a
He's got a lot of munch to him.
no, like what is it called when
He's
you
got a
go
lot of
out to
chutzpah.
dinner with somebody? Like an outing. Like it's not like that type of munch. I can't do it.
He's got a lot of munch there.
Yeah. I've done a lot of munch.
Oh my god. I can't, like,
So anyway, stuff we're afraid of.
I'm afraid of this conversation. That I won't be able to get it together.
You won't be, and that's fine.
Yeah.
Welcome to Struggle City, folks.
Yep.
We break
Close
people
the
here.
curtain.
I don't wanna
Close
I
it.
want some fucking sunlight.
No.
So speaking of sunlight,
See.
I've always been kind of afraid of vampires.
Fictional things?
Yeah.
Did you just hiss it?
Yes, I did.
I don't think the mic picked it up. Do it again.
Okay, no. I feel like fucking weird.
Dramatic recreation. She was like,
Yeah. That's funny. I mean, is that not what you think of when you hear the word vampire?
no, I think of blah 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 blah.
Blah blah blah.
No, all right, but seriously, let's wrangle this back in a little bit.
So why are you afraid of vampires?
No, I just said that to get back on the subject of phobias.
Oh.
See,
Okay.
it worked.
There you
Okay.
But I'm legitimately afraid of the dark.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Dave.
Yeah, I think we already did kind of a deep dive on David's phobias on
Yeah.
the previous episode. But like to really bring that back in, the dark acts is almost like a way.
Dark is spooky.
Yeah, it's like a way I can project my thoughts into the real world.
It takes away one of your main senses that
Yeah.
you need.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very primordial. Or primeval.
Primordial.
Primordial.
See, you can't come up with words either.
No.
No.
But, that's nothing new for me.
Dave strokes out every episode.
The end of
This
that
is true.
episode, last episode, I stroked out hard. I was
Sit
like,
down.
Oh!
I was like playing golf. That's how hard I was fucking stroking out.
So, okay.
Let me have some fucking sunlight.
No, so do you have, like, a nightlight or anything?
No. I sleep in the same room with Abby, and Abby's not a little bitch, so.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Well, no, because I went through, like, a little period where, like, I was just terrified
How old
of
were
being
you?
in the dark. This was fairly recent.
Yesterday.
No, not yesterday. 'cause
Mine was yesterday.
Dave. But no, like, I was just scared to be in the dark because I think this was when, like, I wasn't on the right medication, so it was kind of fucking me up anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, so, like, I was like, I'm terrified of being in the dark because I just thought somebody was in my room.
Mhm.
So I bought this, like, little seashell nightlight, and I put that in my room, and then it was fine until the one day my mom came in to, like, wake me up or something, and she was like, oh, do you have a little nightlight? And she, like, made fun of me, and I was like, you know what? I'm not going to use this anymore.
Well, then
because
you just defend, like, oh, I don't want to step on the cats.
Yeah, but they're either not with me or they're already cuddling with me. So,
I don't want to step on the imaginary cats.
Yeah.
yeah. But, I mean, I still have it. Like, I put it in the bathroom for when Jonathan stays over, just so that he can have a little light if he needs to get up in the middle of the night or something. But I get that.
Can I add on to that a little bit?
No. I'm kidding, okay? Yeah, go ahead.
You've been overruled. 2-3.
Well, shit. But I always, like, I also have this fear of compounds on top of the darkness, but when you're watching a video on your phone in the dark, or if you're on your phone in the dark, I'm afraid something's going to look over my phone.
Ooh.
Like, that, psychologically, it just fucks me up.
Very Slender Manny.
Yeah. But specifically, it's the mother's sister from Pet Sematary.
Oh, yeah.
That's who I see. Like, she just fucked me up.
Mother's sister, why is that?
She's
Double.
scared.
But is that one person?
Yeah.
No.
I didn't see it.
Oh.
No,
Did you see
it's-
the original?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the woman with meningitis.
Yeah, it's the dude in a woman's...
Oh, the
Yeah.
mother's sister.
Yeah, the mother sister.
Oh,
Not the mother sister.
that's what I heard. That's why I was very
Jesus Christ, it's
confused.
not fucking Mormons.
You know what, man? I don't know. I don't know.
Jesus Christ, it's not motherfucking Mormons. That's a sentence. That is a fucking sentence.
That's something to be terrified of.
That is
for sure.
Mormons. Anyway.
They're so polite.
Are they?
Yeah.
I dated a Mormon once
Gross.
for like a day. Back in like early high school when we didn't know what dating was.
Or Mormons.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't understand what that religion was other than that he could have multiple girlfriends and I had to be okay with it.
They have magic underwear, and they were founded on some impressive levels of bullshit.
Dum 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 dum.
Mhm.
Yep. I remember that.
Yep.
Yeah,
Hello.
South Park does a whole episode on it.
South Park did an entire musical on it.
Yes, it did.
They did. I still want to see that.
It's fantastic.
I
I haven't
wanna
seen
see
it
it.
yet, but my god.
If it's as
Anyway.
good as Cannibal, the musical.
Oh, that
Yeah.
sounds fun.
You hate cannibals.
I know, but it still sounds fun.
That was Trey. That
Yeah,
wrote that, right?
Trey Parker.
Trey Parker.
Why do I know that name?
He's half of South Park.
Yeah.
Okay.
Trey Parker and Matt Stone.
Okay.
Anyway,
So, phobias.
scaredy
Yep.
stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah,
the,
So,
the dark will fuck me up too.
Yeah.
Especially like all last week when I was working overnights. So I was getting out of the store at 5:30 in the morning,
Mhm.
and the street lamps in the parking lot go out,
Okay.
Yeah.
so there is black.
Yeah.
So that's pretty freaky.
Like,
And-
are you just worried that like somebody will like attack you? And you
Oh
won't
no,
be able to see it?
it's just like black out there.
Yeah.
So it's just like I don't like this. I
Yeah.
can't see. And the Netflix show I just finished watching, Marianne,
Mhm.
about a writer who's haunted, and the subsequent haunting of her town because of her. But there's a lot of stuff hidden in the darkness in those scenes,
Oh.
and
Okay.
there's shit like that
Yeah.
that really kind of spooks me about the darkness. Like I couldn't watch.
Marianne.
Yeah, I couldn't watch it at night.
That's
Because of
surprising.
We're gonna have to watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause if it fucks you up, then it'll definitely fuck us up.
Because it's not dumb jump scares. Like I said, it's all like
Yeah.
ambient, atmospheric
Mm.
creeps
Mhm.
that you just don't notice until it's too late.
Right.
And there's one scene in particular that where you just see a face real quick in the shadow of a doorway, and it's like, oh, nope, no, thank you.
Well, that in particular, like, freaks me out, like, with horror movies. Just, like, when...
Dave had a poop.
No, it was, like, another live tweet thing for David to watch Mary Ann at nighttime. And live tweet it.
Okay, that sounds good.
Yeah,
Yeah, I want to watch it, too.
I told you about it.
And we'll do a coffee at the matinee.
Wow.
It's the French television show.
Oui. It's on Netflix,
You can put
right?
it into English.
Okay.
You're racist.
I want to be able to understand it.
If you can out-racist the French, good for you.
Wow. All right. Anyway.
That's another fear of mine. No.
The French? Yeah.
I am French, actually.
Explains a lot.
Yeah.
Hey, by like 5%! Oh my god.
Don't feel bad. My people are being marginalized right now.
Your people?
What? Hold on.
What?
What are your people, Dave?
16 minutes, okay.
Yeah, I'm like very confused what you mean.
I like spaced out.
Who
for
are
a hot
your
second.
people, Dave?
Ukrainians.
Oh.
You're not Ukrainian.
Yeah, I am.
Are you?
I'm like 50% Ukrainian. Yep, don't believe me, it's fine.
I won't.
I don't care.
I know. I'm like 50% Ukraine, 50% Polak.
So you're real interesting.
I'm super white.
I'm pretty white. Because we did one of those genealogy things, and basically all of that, like, Eastern Europe stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Just like the English, the Irish, the Scottish. There's a little bit of
You
Scandinavian
mean
in there.
Western,
German?
Western Europe?
Is that Western?
Yeah.
Wow, can we actually prove you
Yes.
wrong about something?
It is Western.
Wow.
I was thinking East in terms of, like, us.
Us. So all of Europe would
Yeah.
be Eastern Europe.
Yeah. But yeah, it is that Western Europe block.
Yeah.
Take advantage of this, Dave. We never make Casey look stupid, whereas Casey makes us look pretty fucking dumb sometimes.
I do dumb stuff all the time. I don't know what you're talking about.
You always seem to have like a backup for it, though.
I do. It's
Yeah.
because I'm always doing dumb shit.
Ugh.
So
Gross.
Shut up, I'm
Missy,
sick. What?
Disgusting.
what is one of your phobias?
I don't really have a whole lot of... Because there's a difference between fear and phobia.
Alright, what's one of your fears?
Well, the only phobia I have would be pigs, which we've talked about on previous episodes. But, you know what? Joe and I recently went to this, like, traveling petting zoo.
Wait, what?
What?
Nothing.
What?
My brain is
Dave is
fucked up
stroking
today.
hard today.
Alright, just keep talking. I'm gonna sit back for a second.
All right, you compose yourself, dear. And I thought that they were going to have pigs there, and I was, like, going to pet them. Like, I was going to do it.
They just feel like people.
Well, they didn't have them there, so I didn't have to do it.
They just feel like people.
But they could bite your hand off.
So can people.
I'm not as afraid of people biting my hand off as I am of pigs.
They just if you touch people's skin, it just feels like pig skin.
Yeah, but it's not just the feel of it.
It's more bristly.
It's what they are as an entity.
It's also one of the best Christmas cards I ever gave you.
I know, I hate you for that.
I mean, how often do you go around petting people? That's my jacket. I'm not a good
mean,
gauge. I'm
no,
like
you're
I'm
pretty
like
hairy.
like a large hamster.
This is true. This is why he just drinks his water bottle upside down and just shits pellets.
That's funny. But yeah, in terms of fears, like there's all like the regular ones like spiders and bugs, and then there's like the hardcore ones of like the fear of failure is huge with me. The fear of not being perfect. The fear of getting sick and dying. Literally, like that is like a huge fucking fear of mine. Like I talk to my therapist about it sometimes, and I'm like, well, okay, I had a headache today, so that must mean that I'm not eating right. And so that means that I'm, like, being very, like, careless with my body, and I'm gonna get this horrible disease that is not treatable, and I'm gonna die.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Oh my god! Why would you say that? But no, like, that's where my mind goes. Like, I jump with that so badly, so, like, that's a huge fear of mine, is to have some type of disease that I can't recover from, or a disease where I have to change my eating habits, because they're already extremely limited.
I do worst case scenario shit all the time.
Mm-hmm.
All the time. It's a lifestyle at this point, basically.
Yeah.
just expecting the worst thing to happen.
Well, that's like that picture I sent you. I should have sent it to you too, Dave, where it was like, the first year of depression. And and it's that guy. He's just this guy like stepping on a rake and then having it hit him in the face. And then like 10 years of having depression, he's like surfing with the lake or whatever, like doing cool
he's jumping
with it or
over
whatever.
A staircase doing an ollie.
Yeah, yeah. And it's like
rake.
you learn how to deal with it. You learn how to live with it. But yeah, so I think that those would be like the big fears with me.
I think everybody has those. Those are super common because it's just the fear of.
I know I'm not special, Case.
Nobody's special. It's fine.
We're all snowflakes.
It's that fear of the uncontrollable.
Yeah.
It's basically the fear of the dark.
Are you afraid of dying?
No.
Are you afraid of dying?
I used to be.
No, not anymore.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Do you think that's specifically from depression or?
For me, almost definitely.
A little bit, but I also read a book about somebody dying while he was dying.
Okay.
So it's just like his collective thoughts as his body's shutting down.
That's interesting.
Yeah, and he just came to
What's the name of the book?
Mortality by Christopher Hitchens.
Mm-hmm.
So as I think he had thoracic cancer.
Mm-hmm.
So as his body's just like eating him from the inside out, he's still writing, he's still just collecting his thoughts, and he just really comes to terms with it and doesn't fret about it.
Yeah.
I think the last couple pages of it are like literally his dying thoughts, and they're so scattered and all over the place.
Wow.
But I don't know. After reading that, it just didn't seem that bad because he just made peace with it.
I think the biggest thing, like with my fear of dying, because I don't really have a fear of like what's after that. I think it's just that initial pain of like your body dying. Like there's really no way to say it, but like having that last breath and then not being able to breathe anymore. I think that's what scares me, but I'm not afraid of anything after that.
And you're assuming that there's going to be pain involved. It could be painless. It could be.
Yeah, there's a spectrum of different things that could happen.
I would just assume that like once you take that last breath and you can't breathe anymore, like that quick panic of not being able to breathe.
What if you get your head cut off?
Well, okay, I meant more like drowning.
Well, that's different.
That's
That's
an awful way to go.
Do you see what they do though? This happens all the time. Where like I'll say something and the both of them will be like, "Well, no," and then like completely just discredit everything I said. You do that all the time.
Well, no.
All the time. Yes, you do. Oh my god, you're gonna make me get all squeaky.
Well, no.
No, you're right.
Yeah, I am fucking right.
But she's not.
But I am. I even took a little quiz on Facebook about some shit, and like my result was like, "Oh, that means that you're always right." Like,
good.
yeah.
A Facebook quiz. The
Yep.
end all, be all of results.
It was just funny that it said that I was always right. So, yeah.
Too bad Facebook's always wrong.
But that happens though, to the both of you.
I've noticed it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So thank you. Be
I
fucking
apologize.
aware.
No, stop being wrong.
Oh my god.
Jesus
Just
fucking
shooting
Christ.
daggers at you right now through my eyeballs.
Mm.
That's another thing though. Eyes really creep me out. Ew, stop touching. Oh my god. I really thought you were going to start touching your nipples. Like, Jesus Christ. Okay, well when somebody goes like this.
Yeah,
And
because
you
my
just-
nips are up here.
You never know. I don't know where your nipples are.
My eyes are here.
Quit objectifying Casey, Missy.
I'll objectify him however I want.
Now I'm doing that.
No! God.
Anyway,
I'm just gonna let this sit.
just let it be. Let her have her fit.
Okay. God. Anyway. But yeah, any type of, like, medical procedure or, like, torture with the eyes, I can't do. Like, that terrifies me.
So,
Well, yeah, 'cause-
question.
What? No.
How does the eye doctor go for you?
I don't like him. I don't. So, I go out of my way to pay the extra $50 to do whatever test they have to do a different way than how they normally do it. So instead of them giving me eye drops, because I can't do eye drops, I just like stare at this thing and they take a picture of my eyes and it's like this bright fucking green light.
Just do the eye drops.
I can't. That's something I'm like very afraid of. Like, did I not ever tell you the story of how Joe and I got into like a big fight because I couldn't take eye drops?
No.
Okay, so my eye was like really, really bothering me. It was just like super itchy and it was ugh, it's driving me crazy. So he was like, okay, I have some eye drops, lay on the bed. Well, this was after I said, I can't do them myself. You have to do them for me. So he's like, all right, go lay on the bed. And then he was like kind of next to me. And he tried so hard to hold my eye open and to put the eye drop in. And I like kept like backing away, like jerking away. And I think eventually he like had to like hold me down and like kind of like straddle me.
Jesus Christ, it's like giving a cat medicine.
I can't do it. I can't.
Could I give you a piece of advice?
Yeah.
If you're doing it laying down, close your eye and just put the eye drop on top of it and then open your eye. And it
We
should
tried
just kinda
that.
go in.
It didn't work.
Mm.
I couldn't
I
open
hate
my
it too,
eye.
but you just do it.
Can't.
All right, well, get a saline solution, fill a water gun up with it, and then just squirt yourself. Have Joe squirt you in the face.
Oh my god, no. No, I can't. I can't do eye drops. That's a huge fear of mine. This is getting too close to my eyes.
Eyes are a delicate little bag of jelly sitting in your head.
Do you see how you discredit me though? Like I'm explaining, and then you're like, "Oh well, yeah, duh, cause this."
Oh no, I'm giving you evidence as to why you're right.
We're a team here, Missy.
Are
Jesus
we?
Christ.
Unless you don't want to be part of the
I
team.
don't know if I'm
I'm
part of
giving
this
you
team anymore.
credence to your fear. Like you have
Fine.
you have good reason to be afraid.
I do have good reasons.
It's a fragile little bag of jelly sitting in your head.
Ew, it's so nasty. I don't even think I did the
Like I can't even do contacts.
No, I can't either.
I don't like the idea of putting things in my eye.
Mm-mm.
Like I get that you get used to it over time. I can't get used to it the first time.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
It's
so-
awful. Especially if you have nails like mine. Like
Right, you have
Oh
coke
my
nails.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Yeah, no. Like I can't. I would have to trim my nails down for that.
Yeah, trim
'cause
them.
they're way too long.
Because they're coke nails.
They're not coke nails.
You can dig through concrete with them.
I can't let my nails grow.
You're also a guy.
No, but I mean, like, it's a thing. Like, to that length, nope, I can't. Drives me nuts.
Really?
His
are not that much longer than yours.
I have nice nails.
It drives me nuts.
I trim
I
them.
can't do it.
I take vitamins for them.
Biotin?
Hmm?
That's probably why you have nice hair.
It is.
Oh, there you go. Maybe I should start taking them.
It comes in
Yeah,
gummies.
I love gummies.
I have some in my bathroom. If
You're
want
gonna take some drugs from Casey.
They're safe.
Are they?
Yeah.
Are they?
If they're in gummy bear form, of course.
Actually, you know what? This is kind of going down a little side street. Have you ever had the vitamin C gummies?
No.
Yes.
Oh my god.
It's like crack.
They're like candy. They're literally like the orange candies that you can get. They're so fucking good.
And if you haven't peed in a few days, take like 10.
I don't know about that, but okay.
So Dave's body functions work with. Oh, I can't pee. Let me overdose on vitamin C. I can't shit. Let me do 1,000 sit-ups.
Why don't you just take a laxative at that point? That's what they're made for. Like,
Dave prefers just that hard, excruciating work. Let me turn my insides into a tube of toothpaste.
oh my god.
Squeeze from the bottom, Dave. Bottom up.
I never do that. Fun fact about toothpaste, I just always squeeze it from the middle.
Oh, you're chaotic.
You savage.
You're chaotic good.
You probably just leave the cap off too.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god,
Joe
you're
hates
chaotic
it.
bad.
She's worse. She's a slob.
I am a bit of a slob.
Oh my god, you would drive me insane.
Just because of the toothpaste?
Oh
That's
yeah,
disgusting.
I fucking hate that.
Are your eyes watering
I'm
right
crying
now?
a lot. Yeah.
Wow. Oh my god. All right, let's get back to talking about our fears.
The vitamin C and the sit-up joke really got me.
Because it's true.
It's too
It
funny.
wasn't really a joke. It was just facts.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Excuse me.
Dave's dying.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
So what about like the traditional fears of like clowns and it stopped?
I'm not afraid of clowns. I just don't like them in my vicinity, I guess.
I think clowns are pretty cool. Like I really appreciate all of the makeup and
It's a weird life
act.
choice.
it's fun.
Is
I
it?
don't see clowns as fun like a circus clown. Like I only ever think of clowns now as like scary clowns.
Right.
Mm.
Because they're scary.
Well, I mean, clowns are still hired for like birthday parties and shit like that.
Right,
But I would never. Yeah, I would never want a clown for my birthday party.
Again, it's just like a weird life decision. That's like deciding to devote a room in your house to your model train set. It's just
I don't like
weird.
model trains.
Yeah, it almost kind of bodes serial killer, doesn't it?
Well, yeah, because it was.
Yeah, but just with that one guy.
Well, yeah, but now it's just like a trope.
But I think that helped put it into the fear factor, like, and why clowns are at like haunted houses and all that now.
Yeah, John Wayne Gacy inspired a movie, even Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
That's a terrifying movie.
It's a great movie.
I'm so scared of that movie.
It doesn't deserve the good special effects that it has.
It doesn't have any good special effects.
It does. It has great special effects.
I've never seen it, so I'm not going to say anything about it.
I watched it when I was younger, but yeah. So clowns are not very scary for me. If anything, like obviously, like when you go to like a haunted house attraction and like they come up to you and try to scare you, like yeah, then that's kind of scary.
Don't get in my face. I'll hit you.
See, now, oh fuck! I meant to tell you that, and you, if you want to watch it, there's something on Netflix about like the art of the haunt. You should totally watch that because it's so interesting. Because somebody who's like really famous or whatever for doing all these hauntings, has had to really like put on extra protection because people will hit her and attack her.
I don't attack. It's a reflex.
Sure, but she still has to put on like fucking padding and shit like hockey players put on.
Right.
It's just interesting to me.
It's not all the time because the last time we went to one, I was good. I didn't hit anybody.
You were good. My initial reaction, because like some people's initial reaction will be to hit and punch somebody. Mine is to drop to the floor and cry.
It's reflex.
Yeah. Or to laugh. Like it depends on how they get me.
Don't surprise me.
I surprise you. I surprised you with our friendship. Boom.
How
That
big
really
things
wasn't a
that scare
surprise, yeah. But yeah, they talk about McCamey Manor. Have you ever heard of that?
No.
Okay, have you ever heard of that?
Nope.
Okay, you gotta check it out because like it's so fucked up. Like you want to talk about fear? Like oh my god. So this place, this guy and his family do this. And they used to just do it for Halloween, and now they do it like every weekend. It's free, except that you have to purchase like a couple cans of dog food or whatever, and they donate the dog food to like a greyhound rescue. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And there's no safe word. So like if you talk about like haunted attractions like Blackout, like there's a safe word. There's no safe word with this. And there's no way to get out, and it's for hours on end that they will torture you, and it's literally like torture.
That sounds dumb.
And people sign up for this, man. Like, it's so weird. It's so bizarre. Like, you go to his house. Actually, no, you don't go to his house. You, like, go to this location that they tell you to go to. They find you there, and they make you sign, like, a waiver and all of that. Yeah. And they do screenings of you beforehand, because, like, you can't have any type of physical abnormality. You can't be mentally ill. Like, you have to be
Heart
okay.
conditions, those sort of things, yeah.
Right. So, and then they kidnap you, essentially. And they manhandle you, and they hit you, and, like, it's aggressive.
This sounds awful.
It's literally, like, human torture that people will sign up for.
This sounds awful.
Sounds borderline illegal.
They put your head in this cage. They can fill the cage with snakes or rats or whatever, and they feed you things that are like ridiculously disgusting, and then if you throw up, they will pick up your vomit and make you eat it. That's the only part where I'm like, I can't do it.
What is this?
I know, you gotta watch it. It's so fucked up. It's so fucked up.
So dumb.
It's not dumb. It's fucking traumatizing.
It sounds dumb.
Like the girl who you can watch videos of it on YouTube too, because that like his whole thing is that he's the camera guy. So while other people are like screaming at you and like hurting you and doing all this, like he's got the camera, and it's so interesting because the one that I watched, this girl was giving an interview afterwards. Mm-hmm. Her legs were covered in bruises. Just like completely covered in bruises, and like her whole face was like just like she looked scary to look at because of how aggressive it is in there.
People pay for this.
Yeah, well, they pay in dog food.
They pay for this.
yeah, they really do. And there's a waiting list of like 17,000 people.
Why?
I don't know. people want to be pushed to the limits and challenged. And so they do this thing where, like, I forget what his name is. I think it's like Russ or something. But Russ will be like, okay, listen,
There's always
in
a
there,
guy named Russ or Rusty.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Or Russell. But yeah. So he's like, listen, in there, I'm your only friend. Okay, you can't trust anybody else except me. And I'm going to be video cameraing you. I'll be... What am I looking for? Thank you. Yeah, I couldn't think of the word. I'll be recording you. And I will check in with you and make sure that you're okay. Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay, like, that's a bit better. That's kind of safe word-ish.
Yeah.
So he does that with her a couple of times. And she says, like, no, I don't want to do this anymore. Mm-hmm. I'm done. Like, take me out. I'm done. And he's like, oh, but you said you wanted me to challenge you. And so he turns it around and manipulates it. And then she's like, yeah, okay, I can do this. And then, like, at one point she was, like, hyperventilating, okay? And this is for hours that they do this with her.
Awful.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's so interesting.
People are so dumb.
All she wanted was a glass of water. That's it. That's all she wanted was just some water. And he was like, okay, we got some water coming for you. They take her into this room. And I'm pretty sure this was the right part. I watched a lot of these videos because I was just so freaked out that I had to keep going. I had to go down that rabbit hole. And they, like, shove her head in a toilet. And it's like, oh, you wanted some water. There you go. And it's like, oh my God, just give the girl a fucking bottle of water. It's fucked up, man. No. It's fucked up. They covered her face with, I don't think it was cement, but it was fake blood at one point. They covered her face in fake blood. They cut her hair. They shaved her. They, screamed at her, yelled at her, slapped her. They did a lot of fucking things, man. It's so messed up. But it's so interesting that people want this.
Like, who wants the concentration camp experience? Jesus Christ.
Masochists, I guess?
Just weirdos.
A lot of people have done it. And a lot of people are waiting to do it. But that's where, like, haunting versus, like, fucking abuse. Right. That's where that line is. Christ. Yeah, man. It was so interesting to see. You should really watch it, though, because it's so cool. I'm just saying. I thought it was very interesting.
How about you, Dave? You want to watch it? You want to sign up?
You know what? Maybe.
Yeah? I mean, they don't, like, remove parts of your body or anything.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't dismember you. You're fine. Keep your hands and your feet, but you know what? Everything else is free game.
They do put you in a coffin at one point and leave you in there for, like, an hour.
Hey, no thanks.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
It's fucked up. It's really fucked up.
If I wanted to feel claustrophobic, I'd get in another relationship.
Hey! Fear of commitment. Let's move there.
Ooh. Well, no, it's like what did I tell you? Like a night at the Overlook is like $200 a night.
Yeah.
Which I think is pretty reasonable.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
It's the hotel from The Shining, and they do like ghosty bullshit tours. Mm-hmm. I'd be down for that.
Yeah. I'd do that.
Yeah, because it's a nice hotel. It's still kept in really beautiful operation.
Does it look the same?
No.
Oh.
Because they've updated it.
Because they what?
They update it.
Oh, well, it would be more fun if it looked the same as it did in the movie.
I don't think it has the same carpet.
The carpet's the best part!
I don't think it was there.
Oh, that's upsetting.
At least not in any of the videos I'd seen.
Okay, well, but yeah, like that I would be interested in doing.
Yeah, I would do it 100%. Also, just because it's in a beautiful location.
Where is it?
Colorado.
Cool, and then we can buy weed and have that be normal and legal.
I don't know, give it a year.
Yeah. Rude.
We already have, what, medical marijuana here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, give it a year.
It does wonders. Not that I've tried it, because I haven't. I really haven't. But, like, I really think that using it medically is a really good idea.
I agree.
Yeah? Yeah.
It's really good for those who do use it.
Thanks for the update there, Dave.
Yep.
Good God. Yeah, but, like, human torture, I'm pretty afraid of.
You don't like the movie Hostel?
I've never seen it. I will watch it because I like watching, but that's also because it's not real.
Yeah, it's also not a good movie, so don't do it.
Oh, okay.
I have a weird memory about Hostel.
Yeah?
Yeah. It is associated with a professor.
Okay.
This gentleman who no longer works at the place where I am being educated,
okay.
opened up his second class, his first class, with this. He walked in on his buddy in the living room watching Hostel, and he thought his friend was watching porn and masturbating in the living room.
Isn't that how it kind of opens, though? Isn't it very sexual?
No.
Oh. Okay.
No, it's 3 tourists in Europe. And then they get sent towards this hostel to stay at, and it turns out rich people just bid on them to mutilate and kill them.
I mean, it sounds up my alley. Like, what the hell was the one that I'm thinking of then? Oh, you know what? I'm probably thinking of a Serbian film.
Ew. Oh. You would have watched that.
I didn't watch it.
Oh, okay.
I just know about it.
It's awful.
Have you watched it?
Yeah.
You fucker.
It's so stupid.
What is it?
Does it look realistic?
No.
Okay, well, that's good at least.
A Serbian film is just a movie made purely for shock value.
Yeah.
It's pretty shocking.
But it's so stupid. It doesn't have anything to say or really do. It's just
No, it's just for like the porn aspect of it.
Yeah, it's dumb.
Like watching it because you want to watch it.
Anyway, scary stuff, spooky stuff.
Spooky stuff. Other fears of ours.
I'm not touching on fear of commitment.
Okay.
Are you afraid to commit to that?
Anyway. I mean, we can. I don't know what else I can say about it.
I mean, why are you...
Why? I don't know.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
Why is you?
I mean...
Why is me?
Figuring out reasons why you're afraid of something is always difficult. Like, obviously, like, you've been burned in the past pretty intensely.
Yeah.
So that might
Probably.
make sense. Yeah.
None of their relationships have ever ended well.
Right. And then, you've been fucking scarred from a couple of them, so...
Just a bit.
Yeah. So that would make sense as to why you would worry and fear getting into a new relationship and being committed and trusting somebody completely and then having them just break that.
Yeah.
It's always fun to do. I'm getting too old for that bullshit.
I mean, we're both sitting over here in fully committed relationships for years on end, so...
Yeah.
I mean...
Yeah. Super committed.
Yeah, I can't quite...
Some
Relate.
might say.
relate, yeah.
Some might say the most committed.
I get it. I'm the failure.
No, it's not that you're a failure.
No, you're just on the other end of the spectrum.
It's just you haven't had, like... For the most part, you haven't had good relationships.
They've been tough.
Relationships are tough.
But it's not like they were all terrible the whole time.
No.
So at least there's that.
They all have the common theme of starting out fine.
Yeah.
And then steadily plummeting and spiraling.
Yeah. You didn't really plummet that much with your last one.
Which, like, what?
Tom.
Oh, I don't even really consider that a relationship.
I think it's a relationship.
I didn't.
Wow.
Oh, that was
all
like
right.
3 months.
It was like a fling.
I thought it was like 5 months at least.
No, it was like a summer fling.
Summer
All right.
loving happened so fast.
Summer loving. I don't remember the rest of the words.
Had me a blast.
There you go.
It's a good thing you're going into education.
Oh god. Anyway, okay, so there's very like realistic, like, what word am I looking for? I'm not good at words.
You're doing that a lot today.
I know.
Groundings.
No, it's more like
Anchors.
more like lifestyle
Reasons.
type of fears.
Raisins?
Reasons.
No, because like you could be fearful of things happening to you versus things like spiders. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's things out there in the world
There's
that like
physical
you're afraid
fears, and then there's like abstract ones.
of. Right. That's a much better way than I was trying to explain it.
Would
so
you
good
say
job.
that there's more programmed fears versus things that are learned? You know, like that
Depends
kind
on
of
the programming.
Well, like you're human. You know, like being afraid of the dark is very
Instinctual.
yeah. Being afraid of falling also very instinctual.
Mhm.
Falling?
Well, the sun is stop at the end.
Okay.
You're programmed to be afraid of that.
Okay, so then like look at roller coasters. Like people do that for fun because it's fun to be afraid.
Yeah,
Which
it's
is a
the
concept that a
adrenaline
lot of
junkies.
people don't understand.
Like
'Kay.
Missy, afraid of the light.
I'm not afraid of the light. I just don't like the sunlight in the way that I'm sitting in the way that it comes in. I don't like it.
Here
Stop
comes
it!
the sun.
Do-do-do-do.
Why
Yeah.
is this a sing along?
I don't know.
I say.
It's alright.
Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da.
No.
It's not even that bright out anymore.
But like, okay, so there are things like that.
Uh-huh.
And would you count like being attacked as like a programmed fear?
Physical assault from another human?
Yeah.
That's just fight or flight.
But I don't think a lot of people are afraid
No,
of
I
that.
am.
I could think of a few.
I also grew up in, like, not a great neighborhood.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I
So
can
that one was
understand
more learned for you then.
It's environmental.
It's more environmental.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it would kind of go underneath learned.
Okay. Because I don't think I'm afraid of like being attacked, which this might sound really awful, but like specifically because I'm a woman, it's kind of like maybe I should be a little bit more afraid.
Yeah, not to say because that's unusual, because there's a lot of
Mm-hmm.
women that would say they're constantly worried about that.
Yeah. I mean, I think I battled that fear a little bit by taking the kickboxing
I
classes,
was about to say.
and just because like I've never had anything like that even come close to happening.
Right.
So,
Which is great.
yeah, you know,
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But like that's something that I would really, you know, that's something that I don't want people to be afraid of. Like that makes me sad, you know. Whereas like something like if you're afraid of spiders, like that's just kind of how it is. Like
Right.
you can't do anything about it because they're a creature of this earth too.
There's absolutely a thing you can do about it.
You can kill them.
You can eat them.
Oh my god. No. I
6-year-old
will
Casey
never-
talking.
Yeah, seriously, Casey told us, I think, what, before we started? Oh no, wait,
Isn't
is
it
it?
very beginning?
I don't remember! I don't
This
remember.
episode's a fucking wash.
My memory is like out the fucking
It's a
door.
3-pot gumbo.
Oh my god, it's fucking horrible.
Yeah, I think it's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, like you said, like I wouldn't wish being afraid of being attacked on anybody.
Yeah, like that fear of behavior.
Yeah,
Like you
it's
never know.
it kind of compounds into a lack of control because you're no longer in control of the situation. Someone is stealing that control.
But again, like some people like that idea, and not to always go to this route because I always go to this route. I feel like, but like in the bedroom, for example, some people don't want any type of control at all, and
It's
then
a
it's
roleplay
like,
thing.
well, right, but then is that the same thing as like you enjoying being afraid and that whole aspect of fear? Because some people
Well,
really hate being afraid,
Yeah.
but some people really love it. So like that interaction is really interesting to me.
Yeah,
Different brain chemistries.
it's also
Yeah.
you taking control of a situation where you have no control.
Right.
It's like when Casey ate the spider. You don't control the spider, but by eating the spider, you simulate that level of control.
I suppose. But like you take me and my sister, for example, Sam. I love all things Halloween. And I love like going to haunted houses and all of that. She hates Halloween because she associates it with the devil. So that's more of a religious thing, but she hates like going to haunted houses, and she's always hated that because she hates being scared. So what is that difference between her and me? Whereas like I think it's so much fun to like have those butterflies and then like have somebody come out and just like scare me, and she hates it.
I think that might also be an environmental thing because you may have had more exposure to it.
Yeah, I mean, I can attest.
Yeah.
I've had zero exposure to anything like scary or horrific.
Oh my god, we should take you to a haunted house.
No, I'm good. Did you not listen to the previous episode?
No, I did, and that's part of the reason why I brought it up, because it was like, let's take you. Let's go.
Only if we're getting content out of it. That's the only way I'll go.
That would be fun. Did you hear, though, that they're trying to, I don't think they're trying to shut down, but they're, like, people are getting really pissed off that people are going to Penhurst for, like, hauntings,
No, I can
because
see
they're,
that.
like, making fun of the history there.
Yeah,
and
no,
it's
I
like,
can get it.
I don't get it. I don't
I
get
mean,
it.
some horrific shit was done there.
Sure, but that's all part of history.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that history happened, what, 20 years ago?
Yeah.
20, 30 years ago?
Yeah, Penhurst was only recently shut down.
I think it's a good thing to have as, like, a haunted attraction.
It is, but at the same time, it's just like when we were there, there was like a dancing baby suit man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Some people
And
get
they're-
really dumb and
They
weird.
were like people drunk and just treating it like a picnic.
I could see it being a way of celebrating the actual horrific stuff that happened there by invoking this kind of haunted.
But then, in that same vein, I feel like going and doing like those ghost investigations is just as disrespectful.
I don't think it's disrespectful
because you're just like, you're going in there and you're just like pretending to talk to people.
Well,
yelling and screaming.
That's also if you believe in ghosts or not. So that's like a whole other thing.
Yeah.
But I like that people go to these haunted attractions because it's kind of like, well, you want to push yourself and see how your body reacts to this type of fear. Almost like in practice. Like if this ever happens to you in real life or something where it's not like play. You know what I mean? Then you would know. Like,
but does it have to be at Penhurst?
Where else are you going to put it?
In a cornfield.
People have that. Sure.
Then why at Penhurst?
Okay, then why at the penitentiary?
Because that's where people who were bad got locked up.
Yeah. There's ghosts there too, though. That's haunted.
Ghosts doesn't matter.
And that's
the history behind it.
That's a prison, so I feel like that's also another conversation. That's not like a mental asylum.
Penhurst was a prison for those who were mentally ill.
But that's terrifying. The things that were done to those people were terrifying. So obviously it would make for the perfect location for a haunt.
Yeah.
I don't see anything disrespectful about it, except if people were to, like...
dancing around in giant inflatable baby suits.
Sure, and if they were to say, like, oh, the people who were in here deserved everything that happened to them, because that's disrespectful.
Right.
Okay, so how do you feel about them profiting off of the hauntings that are going there?
I think it's fine.
You don't think it's disrespectful? Even though it's not in any type of historical context?
No. The whole world's about money. So people are going to profit no matter...
True.
What people are going to charge no matter what, so I don't think that really bothers me, and I don't want to say that like going to Penhurst is like a fun experience, because obviously for those mental patients back in the day it was not, but just that idea of what was done to them at this place already sets you in this mood,
right? For
like, holy shit, like this is physically terrifying, and now they're taking it a step further by making it a Halloween attraction.
Right, you're getting hyped.
Right. I think it's fun. I think Halloween is fun. I think being scared is fun in the right manner, versus like if someone actually kidnaps you, I'm not going to think that that's very fun.
So following that train of logic, following the hype train of logic, is it actually scary, or are you just telling yourself it's scary because of all the things you've been hearing?
At Penhurst?
Yeah. It's you're basically just scaring yourself before you actually get to the thing.
I think the history and like learning about what happened to those people is scary and very upsetting. And then going to the haunted attraction and having people scare me, yeah, that's scary.
But like, are you going to it already scared, is my question.
Yes, but that's just my anxiety.
You're going to it pre-scared because of everything you've heard before. It's like with The Exorcist. Exorcist itself isn't that scary of a movie. It's a victim of its own legend and hype.
Sure.
Where everybody else said, or, for the last 30, 40 years, people are saying it's the scariest movie ever made. And there's just all this legend built up around it, and that's what people are expecting.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but like that type of hype is never going to go away anyway. So right. I don't think there's a point in analyzing it. Yes, Dave.
Like... that was a really fucking long pause. It's almost like the line prior to a roller coaster.
Yeah.
Where you know what you're getting yourself into.
You just hear the screams and all that. Yeah.
And you're just waiting, and it's building up until finally there's a release when you go down that hill.
But it's also interesting when, like with a roller coaster, you know what's going to happen because you can see how it runs. Yeah. But like with a haunted house, you don't really know what's going to happen, but it's still that same type of feeling where like, yeah, like there might be somebody who pops out and whatever and tries to scare me, or somebody who's coming at me with a chainsaw. But it's still just, it's just fun. It's just fun to be afraid.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I like that.
I mean, I'll take your word for it. Unless there's a camera in my face, David ain't going in none of those.
Yeah, it's rare I get scared of things anymore.
I get scared all the time.
I got scared last night.
With what?
The dark.
Yeah. Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, let us know, like, in the comments, like, if you think it's fun to be scared and you're somebody who really likes Halloween and all of that, or if you're somebody who's like, nope, it's not for me, it's not my thing, I don't like scary movies, I don't like any of that. Like,
If you're like Dave.
Yeah, I'm just curious. Yeah. Like, because I really think it's just so interesting. God, people keep calling me. I just think it's so interesting how, like, one person can love it.
Popular.
I know, I'm so popular. And, like, another person can just really hate it. And I want to see how that happens in their brain, you know?
There's people like me where I'm just like, meh.
Your whole life is meh.
I'm open to psychoanalysts if you like. If you ever want to psychoanalyze my brain, I'm all for it.
Cool, let's do it.
Yeah, let's break down David.
So just cut open your head and remove your brain and just see how it ticks.
But there's nothing in there.
Yeah, but it's still fun to cut open somebody's head.
Sound.
There's nothing in there.
Oh my god, I hate that. Ah! But yeah, no, I was open to psychoanalyzing all of us, and then I think the both of you were like, no, let's not open that can of worms.
Well, I'm talking about this specific.
Yeah.
Let's figure out why David's a little bitch.
Okay.
We tried.
Yeah,
we tried, but it just devolved into me just telling stories.
Yeah.
to distract from discovering why you're such a little bitch.
I mean, I think it's pretty obvious. I mean, a lot of it probably has to do with just not being exposed.
So let's expose you.
It's not scum night.
How far is Penhurst from here?
It was a fucking hike.
I thought that was Field of Screams. That was a hike.
They were both a hike.
Oh.
It's probably like 45 minutes.
Because I wanted to take Jonathan.
Or is it 2 hours?
It was at least an hour and 20.
Yeah, it was a very long ride.
I was trapped in that car with you for a while.
Yeah, and then the ghost appeared. Remember?
And that was Field of Screams.
Okay, but still,
Oh, there was a spoopy ghost. I have a ghost story.
go for it.
Okay, I guess we're doing that.
Yeah.
Penhurst was an hour and 10 minutes away.
Alright, so I was camping in Virginia with the Boy Scouts, and me and my buddy were sitting around a slowly dying fire.
Wow. All right.
Apologize for that really loud noise.
That was Casey. Yeah, you were camping.
We were camping, we were sitting outside, the moon was bright as hell. It was like daytime out.
Mm-hmm.
It was fucking crazy. I haven't seen it that bright at night ever. So we're just sitting there, and then all of a sudden, I start hearing this like noise behind me saying, calling my friend's name Alex, and it's just Alex, and it's just constantly like calling him. And then I turn around and I see this guy who looks like a soldier, and it's like an apparition.
Yeah.
And he's kind of see-through and shit.
How clear was it?
It was pretty fucking clear. Like, I could kind of still remember it.
Did everybody else see this?
It was just him, Alex and I, and yeah, we both saw it.
Whoa.
Yeah. And then I go, all right, well, time to go to bed. So we start putting out the fire, and then we go to sleep. And I'm like, you know what? Since we're in Virginia, and I'm like a history buff kind of guy, I'm like, all right, let's figure out where the nearest graveyard is. Mm-hmm. And then I asked one of the leaders who knows nothing. Alex and I never talked to anybody about this. Strictly between him and I during that trip. And I was like, are there like any like Civil War memorials or anything like that around here? Because the leaders planned a trip. We might have gone to do something like that. Mm-hmm. Because we were right near a military base. Turns out there was a Confederate graveyard maybe about half a mile down the road.
Wow.
Yeah. So I don't know if any of that's correlated. I don't even know if I actually fucking saw a ghost.
That's scary, though.
Yeah, it was
sure.
It was pretty fucking nuts.
See, I feel like I wouldn't be able to go to bed after that. Like, I would just stare at the ghost.
I am immensely skeptical.
Yeah, you are very skeptical about this.
That's fine. Because I'm skeptical of it as well. I'm not 100%.
But you saw it.
Yes, I did.
And we heard our ghost thing.
Yeah, I don't know if it was a ghost thing. I don't know, man.
It was a ghost. It was totally a ghost. Like, the whole thing, it was me, Casey, and Dom, and we were coming back from Field of Screams, and everything was pretty quiet. Like, we didn't have music blasting or anything.
No, I think Dom was, like, asleep in the back seat.
Yeah, but she heard it, too. And all of a sudden, there were just 3 knocks on the window. Just
while we were driving.
While we were driving, yeah. And we were like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah.
You know, that's fast as shit ghost.
Yeah, it was really fucking weird. And Casey had told me that wasn't the first time that happened.
No. At least once before I'd heard it.
Yeah. And like that, it wasn't something that was like wrong with the car
No.
or anything. So
Because it had just gone in for inspection.
yeah. So ghosts are real. Let us know in the comments if you agree. I think that pretty much wraps everything up.
Ghosts aren't real.
Ghosts are real.
entirely. I don't know.
Go watch Ghost Adventures. They're real.
Do not watch Ghost Adventures.
Anyway, follow us on all the things: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube's.
Buy our merch.
Buy our merch. We have merch. Be our fans because we want fans.
Harass me on Twitter.
Don't harass me. I don't have a Twitter, so
I have
you
a
can't
Twitter.
anyway.
Harass me.
Yeah, harass Casey. Comment, like, subscribe, and tune in next week for another episode of Struggle City.
I'm at Sticky Gumbo Lee. Come find me.
Ew. Is that really your Twitter name?
Yeah.
Okay.